in Nashville with an amazing audience. Let's hear it for them, for you guys. Now, all right, now let's get to this. American voters are screaming from the rooftops again. Give us anybody but Joe Biden. More than half of voters want to see the other candidates throw their hats in the ring for the 2024 presidential race. And even the big guy himself seems to want someone else to run.
I want to talk about Governor Newsom. I want to thank him. He's been one hell of a governor, man. Matter of fact, he could do anything you want. He could have the job I'm looking for.
And while Gavin Newsom measures the drapes at the White House, he could face some fierce competition from this Hollywood megastar. Dwayne The Rock Johnson was on Capitol Hill amid buzz about a possible presidential bid. The Rock also revealing to Joe Rogan how Democrats truly feel about Joe Biden.
I have friends who support Trump. I have friends who support Biden. I have friends.
Do you really have friends who support Biden?
I do.
Come on.
No. Here's what I do. I have friends. Thank you. That's a good check because that's important. This is important context.
They support the Democratic Party.
I have friends who are loyal to the party.
Yes, and
okay.
they're progressive.
Right.
All right, Tyrus, I'll start with you. Here you've got this.
You wonder why.
Yeah. All right, so The Rock, he's an athlete, he's in great shape, he's self-made, he's a businessman. Now he wants to throw his hat in the ring for president. What do we know about him?
Okay, well, first of all, that's not what he did, okay?
He
went to the White House to work on trying to get recruitment up in the military. So let's stay focused on what he really came to do, okay? That drives me. Literally, anybody who drives by the White House with their window down, are you running for president? Because they just don't want Biden anymore. He came there to get our recruitment up because recruitment in this country, with the exception of the Marines, is down astronomically. No one wants to be a police officer anymore, can't blame him. Nobody wants to join the military anymore, can't blame him. So that's what he's there for, because in his time in the WWE, my time in the WWE, they have always supported the troops at a high level. We do free shows for them, we travel, we support, and the WWE has been a great vehicle and with work relationships with the Navy, the Army, and that's what he was there for, was to talk about how do we get recruitment up. And everyone came up with the plan. Get Biden out.
Okay, so this is an official announcement. You're speaking on behalf of Rock. He is not running for president.
I don't know what he's doing. I have enough time juggling this juggernaut. Maybe I'll run for president.
Cyrus for president.
Hey, that might work. You never know. All right, Jesse, the next one's to you. I want you to take a listen to this, Gavin Newsom.
After today, would you still refer to President Xi as a dictator? This is a term that you used earlier this year.
Well, look, he is. I mean, he's a dictator in the sense that he is a guy who runs a country that is a communist country.
All right, so that's Blinken when President Biden calls Xi Jinping, who we just spent a year trying to get a meeting with, calling him a dictator, and even the Secretary of State Blinken is like,
nah.
What's your reason?
Well, I think everybody winces when Joe Biden talks. And Xi is not a dictator. He's Joe Biden's personal banker.
Oh.
I think it was like... Sorry, Jessica.
Thanks a lot.
But what The Rock said is interesting because there is no Biden voter. I've never seen a Biden bumper sticker. I've never seen a Biden T-shirt, a Biden hat.
Have you spoken to your mother?
Yeah, my mother isn't a Biden voter. She's an anti-Trump voter. And that's what all the Democrats were last time. And now everybody wants him to leave because he was supposed to get elected and then pass the torch. He's like the guy at the arcade who's too old to be there. And he's playing the little basketball hot shot, and all the kids are like, hey, old guy, you said it was our turn next. And he's just going away. And that's why people are frustrated, and they want Newsom. And they're throwing up this trial balloon because, let's be honest, Kamala's popped. And you must be upset if you're Kamala to listen to Joe Biden endorse Gavin Newsom.
Yeah.
But everybody loves Gavin. He's a tall, white man. And the Democrats, if he wins, will hold their nose and vote for a tall, white man. Because to Democrats, we stink.
All right, Dana, I'm going to go to you. So, I mean, Gavin Newsom last year was at the White House with that slicked back hair. He's got his jacket thrown over his shoulder. What do you think his plans are?
Well, remember when he went there, Joe Biden was out of the country.
That's right.
So that it was like, wait, what is he doing there? But I actually think that Gavin Newsom has been a very good surrogate for Joe Biden. If you're going to have a surrogate, somebody who's going to speak on your behalf, you could do worse than having Gavin Newsom do it. And inevitably, people are going to say, well, aren't you just trying to run and undermine him? But I don't think Gavin Newsom has shown that he's trying to undermine him. There are other ways to do that, like Dean Phillips, the congressman from Minnesota. He is definitely trying to undermine Joe Biden. Gavin Newsom might decide to run for president, but he doesn't really seem to have the support. There's not a groundswell of support by the party faithful, right? It's almost as if Gavin Newsom is trying to make himself a thing, and the Democratic Party is not quite there yet, but maybe they could get there.
But do we even know what the Democrat Party is thinking? Because nobody's saying anything. They're just like, we're all supporting Joe, and nobody's saying anything.
That is saying something, and that's the normal thing to do.
But
and
even 69% of the Democrats don't want him to run.
Yeah, and I was looking back at articles that Nate Silver himself, who was dissing Joe Biden a few days ago, wrote in 2011 about Obama being toast, right, when Mitt Romney was up 5 points around this time. And then, lo and behold, Obama went on and very successful second term, won that election. I think he was being polite to Gavin Newsom. He was being hosted in his state. They obviously made a huge effort. They cleaned up. I know we joked about it, but yes, they cleaned up. And also, Xi Jinping couldn't have been that mad. He gave us the pandas. It's a big deal. We're getting more pandas, which everyone should be excited about.
If you have a meeting with the dictator of China and your deliverable is we got a couple of pandas, that
there was
like,
more.
Not good enough.
All right. I'm very outnumbered today. It's usually 4 against 1, but this is like 200 against 1. Anyway.
No, there's a Democrat over there. Get him out.
Someone was nice to me in the hallway.
But, you know, on top of that, Biden, his you can't call it his administration, but someone on his behalf said it was extremely wrong for Joe Biden. Xi Jinping's group said it was wrong for Joe Biden to say what he said, to call him a dictator as soon as he left town. You know, I mean, you know, Joe isn't doing so well.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.